What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, it's going to be a quick one. We're going to show you how to install a nav disc and update into a 2008 Mercedes GL 450. This applies for all the cars in this model range, this GL. So I will put a note on the screen here of the year range that covers, and actually the chassis number, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But we're going to show you how to install a nav disc in your car if your car doesn't have one or didn't have one. Mine, actually, when I purchased it, did not. Also, this is an 08, and they probably came with an 08 nav disc. You can actually update your nav disc all the way to 2015, which is the highest level of update they have available for this style navigation system. After that, there's no updates. So the nav disc that I purchased is actually a Navigation Update Command 2015 for North America. I purchased this disc on eBay. It was about $9 and a couple dollars shipping, which to me is relatively cheap to update your navigation if you're using an older system, or to just have navigation, period. Obviously, in today's day and age, there's phones and, you know, portable navigation systems and stuff like that, but I like the built-in stuff, because with the built-in stuff, it actually comes up in the instrument cluster here. It'll give you a compass heading, as well as you get a navigation screen here on your instrument cluster that'll tell you where your next turn is and how far, so you're not having to look over here. You can just do your quick glance down on your instrument cluster and it'll tell you which direction you're going. So I like that. Obviously, it's only 2015, so there's going to be some roads and stuff that aren't in there, but it's nice to have anyways. So let's cut to it. If you've never dealt with this before, or you don't have an owner's manual or anything like that, this, to put your disc in, it's actually inside the radio here. There doesn't look like there's any place to put it, but this actually has a pretty neat little trick. You hit this eject button here in the middle, and your screen pops out and tips down, and then you have your CD slot for audio CDs, as well as the top slot there is going to be for your navigation. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your navigation disc in, and wait a second here, and I'll get this out of here for you. You're going to put your navigation disc in, push it in, and it's going to accept the disc. And then once it accepts the disc and it doesn't try to kick it back out, you're going to hit the eject button again, and it's going to close the screen. And then when you first put your disc in, you're going to get a screen here where it starts to read the disc, and then it's also going to do a navigation update afterwards for the new software and load it into your head unit. So I'm going to let this finish doing this initialization and update, and then I'm going to show you guys how to operate the system after we get it installed. Now, once you guys get your disc installed, it finishes with the update. You're going to be presented with this screen. You can put in your home address if you want to. Some people prefer not to, because they don't want anybody to know where their house is if they're out somewhere on vacation or anything like that. It's personal preference, but you can actually set your home address by clicking up here in the corner and then hitting the change down here in the left-hand corner, and then you're going to enter destination, and you're going to start with your state, because as of right now it's set to California. Don't know why it defaults to that, it just does. So you're going to scroll through, you're going to select your state, and then once you select your state, you're going to select your city. And then once you select your city, you're going to put in your street name and then your street address, and then enter it into the system. And then once you've got your home address in, if you chose to, you're going to come back to this main screen. If you want to enter a destination, it's pretty simple and straightforward. You're going to enter your destination, put your address in and all that stuff. And then once you do that, it's going to load your address, tell you that it's calculating route, and then bring you to this screen. And then what you actually have to do is you have to start driving in order for it to recognize where you're at, kind of where you're at and where you're going, which direction you're heading, so it can start telling you which way to go properly. But other than that, pretty straightforward. Obviously, if you have an older car, you can run up to the newer disc in this car, up to 2015 software, as far as, you know, map information and everything like that. After 2015, there's nothing available for these older cars. So 2015 is recent enough for me that I feel good about it. Obviously, if you're in an area and there's newer buildings and newer streets and stuff like that, they're not going to show up, but most of the things are going to show up. And if it gets to a point where the road's not showing up or the address isn't showing up or whatever like that, you're obviously gonna have to revert to using your phone. But I like to have this built in. Obviously, the disc was not too expensive, so it's nice to have. So other than that, we're all done. Wish you guys luck with using your navigation in your car, and I'll see y'all later.
Come, selector.